Now at 5, we have some tips to prepare your home ahead of dangerously low temperatures this week. Plus, how the KCU Joplin Dental School is spreading the gift of good oral hygiene.
The January 6th committee recommends that former President Trump be charged with 4 crimes in connection with the attack on the U.S. Capitol. I'm Deborah Alfarone with the evidence behind those referrals and what comes next.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
We have some dangerously cold weather and snow chances moving in later this week. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Dow Quick. Let's go straight to meteorologist Sam Lane.
Thank you very much, Dow. Yeah, we're expecting very, very bitter cold temperatures to start moving into the 4 states later on this week. But right now, radar is all clear. We had some rain and a little bit of mixture this morning roll through. That is now moved over towards Rolla, so things are starting to quieten down just a little bit ahead of the next system as it approaches. We're expecting temperatures to drop into the 30s later this evening, all the way down to 24 by tomorrow morning. So let's take a look down the lane and what we can expect. A chilly Tuesday, but then as we move into Thursday, that's when the snow arrives, along with a bitter cold wave with very cold wind chills. And what are the chances of the white Christmas? We'll have all the details in just a little bit.
We'll see you soon. As the temperatures drop, homes that aren't properly weatherized can get uncomfortable and expensive to heat. During this time of the year, Economic Security Corporation in Joplin gets a lot of phone calls from clients say they have high heating bills or that houses are just too cold. To optimize energy efficiency during the cold, the organization encourages residents to open blinds when it's sunny outside to let the heat come in. Checking for any gaps near doors or windows is also a must, but keeping an eye on the water pipes is important as well.
Drip your water on cold nights, just a slow drip, just to keep some water moving, to try to keep them from freezing. Another thing we recommend is to maybe open the cabinet doors under the sinks, so some of that warm air from the house will get under the sinks.
Daniel encourages residents to insulate hot water pipes to reduce heat loss. So 4-staters might need to find a new provider for mental health care. Ascension Via Christi Hospital in Pittsburgh announced it's closing its behavioral health department. Officials said the reason behind that closure is a lack of funding and staffing. The hospital sent out letters to affected patients. The department will remain open only through the end of the month. Kansas Governor Laura Kelly released her 3-part plan to cut taxes more than $500 million over the next 3 years. First part of the plan is a push to immediately end the state sales tax on groceries. The state legislature earlier this year agreed to phase out that tax by 2025. It'll first drop from 6.5% to 4% in January. The second part of the plan would create a 3-day 0% sales tax holiday on school-related supplies every August. Lastly, it would cut taxes on Social Security for retirees. Governor Kelly says she's hoping for bipartisan support to pass that bill. Staff members from the KCU Joplin Dental School today made a donation to help those in need maintain good oral health. They donated oral hygiene kits, which include toothbrushes, toothpaste, and floss, to both the Ronald McDonald House and the Lafayette House. Officials with the Lafayette House say these supplies are going to last a while.
This is my first Christmas, and so it has been so heartwarming to see how many organizations and how many groups and families, individuals have come out to support Lafayette House.
The Lafayette House provides support to people dealing with domestic violence. The House Select Committee investigating the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol has voted to recommend the Department of Justice charge former President Donald Trump with inciting that violent riot, among other alleged crimes. Reporter Deborah Alfarone has the latest from Capitol Hill.
He summoned a mob to Washington and told them to fight like hell.
In an unprecedented step, the House Select Committee investigating January 6th voted to recommend the Justice Department file criminal charges against former President Donald Trump for his role in the attack on the U.S. Capitol.
The whole purpose and obvious effect of Trump's scheme were to obstruct, influence, and impede this official proceeding, the central moment for the lawful transfer of power.
The charges: obstruction of an official proceeding, conspiracy to defraud the U.S. government, conspiracy to make a false statement, and inciting or assisting an insurrection, were unveiled as the panel held its final public meeting.
No man who would behave that way at that moment in time can ever serve in any position of authority in our nation again. He is unfit for any office.
The DOJ, which is conducting its own investigation, makes the ultimate call. The committee played its interview with longtime Trump aide Hope Hicks. She said she told him he should tell supporters to be peaceful.
That it was my view that it was important that the president put out some kind of message in advance of the event.
During the 18-month investigation, the committee interviewed more than 1,000 witnesses and pored over more than 1 million documents. Members unanimously voted to approve the final report and release it on Wednesday.
The committee also laid out evidence of a pressure campaign mounted by the former president threatening state officials.
President Trump repeatedly attacked state and local officials who refused to do his bidding, as well as local elections workers who he baselessly accused of fraud.
Many Republicans slammed the committee as partisan and have promised their own counter report. The committee is recommending criminal referrals for Trump's lawyer John Eastman and others, as well as ethics investigations into 4 members of Congress. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The U.S. Supreme Court today temporarily blocked an order to end Title 42, but left open the prospect for lifting it by Wednesday. Title 42 was set to expire Wednesday. It allows for the immediate expulsion of migrants over COVID concerns. Still ahead, it's the busiest time of the year for one man.
Everybody's waiting for the man with the bag. I'm Bradley Blackburn with the increased demand for Santa Claus.
And next in Health Watch, why the holidays see more heart attacks than any other time of year. Topping today's Health Watch, a new study has found that homicide is the leading cause of death in kids, and rates are rising. According to data published in the journal JAMA Pediatrics, the overall homicide rate for kids has increased about 4.3% every year for nearly a decade. A huge rise was specifically seen from 2019 to 2020, when the homicide rate rose 27.7%. Researchers say firearms were the most common weapon used in children's deaths. The American Heart Association says more people die from heart attacks during the last week of December than at any other time of the year. Naomi Ruckham explains why.
Heart attacks are the leading cause of death in the U.S., and during the winter holidays, those deaths spike. A study in the journal Circulation finds more cardiac deaths occur on December 25th than any other day of the year. The second largest, December 26th, followed by January 1st. Researchers say they don't know exactly why more people die of heart attacks during the last week of December, but they point to several factors that likely play a role. The holidays are often busy and stressful. Routines are disrupted. People often eat and drink more and at the same time exercise and relax less. Doctors also say people are often engaged in group activities and either are not listening to their bodies or don't want to spoil the holiday because they're feeling off. Cold weather can also restrict blood flow. But another study in the journal Circulation finds even in Los Angeles County, about 1/3 more heart attack deaths occur in December and January than in summer months. Doctors say it's important to know the signs of a heart attack, which can be nausea or vomiting, jaw, neck, or back pain, squeezing chest pressure or pain, and shortness of breath. Women may feel faint, pain in the upper abdomen, indigestion, or extreme fatigue. Doctors recommend you celebrate in moderation, keep moving your body, and if you're on medication, don't forget to take it. And if you experience heart attack warning signs, get help immediately, even if you're Christmas shopping or at a holiday party. It could save your life. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News, New York.
The stress of the COVID pandemic hit mothers harder than most other groups. That's the finding of a new study at the University of Southern California. 73% of mothers surveyed said they experienced traumatic stress over the course of the pandemic. Researchers say mothers who experience severe disruption in their lives reported the most stress. The study says more research needs to be done on the lasting mental health impact of events like the COVID pandemic. The global stockpile of cholera vaccines is nearly wiped out. The World Health Organization says about 30 countries have reported outbreaks of the illness this year, but the agency says it has no more vaccines. Cholera is spread by contaminated food or water and can be deadly if untreated. And that is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, why Elon Musk may no longer be the CEO of social media giant Twitter.
And of course, we're tracking the next winter storm to impact our area. I'll have all the details when we return. Well, folks, we have a big winter storm that's moving into our area. The big thing with this system is going to be the snowfall as well as the cold wind temperatures or wind chills across our area. And we're waiting for our camera to show up on the I-44 landers, but it's a pretty nice evening out there with temperatures dropping into the 30s across our area. And also we're looking at conditions improving over the evening hours. Over the last 36 hours, you can see temperatures have been quite chilly across our area. 20s on Sunday morning, then we warmed up close to 50 in the afternoon. And then basically since then, we've been hovering right around 40 degrees all night long into the afternoon hours. And when we had that precipitation move through this morning, fortunately, most of that fell as liquid. 43 was the high today, starting out at 37. The normals are 47 and 28, so we were above normal on the low and slightly below on the high. Check out the records. 72 back in 1978, big old goose egg back in that very, very cold December of 1983. Radar is all clear right now, but you can see over the last few hours, we had some showers up near Stockton. Those have now moved up to the north and east into central Missouri away from us. Here's a little bit closer in view. You can see what's left of it near Rolla at this current time. All right, let's take a look at the temperatures. As we go through the afternoon, we saw temperatures rising into the 40s, even close to 50 down to the south, 48 in Nowata, 49 over in Sedan, pretty nice temperature there. It stayed in the 30s up to the north and east though, with Stockton checking in with 39. Same thing over there in Greenfield as well. Now we're starting to see temperatures dropping down into the upper 30s and around 40 degrees on the current hour. But when you factor in the wind, this is what it feels like, and the wind chill factor is going to be a big part of the news over the next few days, especially on Thursday. Right now where it's feeling like it's in the mid to upper 30s across our area, even some 40s out towards the west. Here's a look at those wind speeds right now, generally around calm to a few 5 to 10 miles per hour. But as we go through tomorrow, the winds will turn around to the north at around 8 to 10 miles per hour, adding a little bit of a bite to the temperature. 41 right now is what it is in Joplin. East wind at 7. It feels like 36. Dew point is 25 and the humidity is about 53%. Here's your forecast for tonight. We do have a weak wind shift that will sweep through tonight, dropping our temperatures down into the lower 30s, upper 20s up to the north and west, and dry conditions. Then as we go through the day on Tuesday, northerly winds continuing with highs in the upper 30s across our area. And then as we go into Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, we'll see the winds coming around to the east with temperatures in the mid-20s across our area. And then on Wednesday afternoon, here comes the next system up to the north and west, and you can see highs in the upper 30s to right around 40 degrees. But as we go through Wednesday night into Thursday morning, here is the big Mama Hama cold front dropping down from the north and west. And we're going to see winds over 40 miles per hour with temperatures dropping like a rock on Thursday morning, already down to 15 in Eureka and ahead of the front in the upper 30s, and the snow will be coming in as well. Look at all the cold air up across northern Canada. This is going to be dropping down across the Central Plains as we go through the next few days. And by Thursday, it's going to be sweeping across our area, and then it's going to be sitting over us for several days right on through the weekend, including Christmas, with well below normal temperatures and very, very cold conditions, especially in the morning hours. And then by Sunday, we'll start to see conditions start to improve just a little bit. How much rain or how much snow? Right now around 2 to 4, a pretty good bet across our area. And then as we go through the rest of the 7-day forecast, here we go. 39 tomorrow, 42 Wednesday, and then look at that, Dow. We start out at 35 in the morning, but we're down to -1 by midnight, and then all the way down to -5 on Friday with a high of only 8, and that cold weather sticks with us right through Christmas.
More than uncomfortable, it's potentially dangerous.
Exactly. So it's definitely important to bundle up if you're going to be outside in those kind of conditions.
Thanks, Sam.
All right.
Coming up, the increased demand for Santa Claus this year. First, though, we honor a local veteran. Jennifer Benning served in the U.S. Air Force from 1989 to 1993. Her hometown, Coffeyville, Kansas. And we salute Senior Airman Jennifer Benning, a four-state hero. Topping today's Consumer Watch, Elon Musk might have to look for a new line of employment. I think you'll probably be okay, though. The owner and CEO of the social media site created a Twitter poll over the weekend asking if he should step down. According to the results, 57% voted yes, 43% no. Musk did say he would follow the results of the poll, but has yet to comment on that final tally. The maker of the hit video game Fortnite is going to pay more than $500 million to the U.S. government over allegations that it misled millions of its players. The FTC fined Epic Games $275 million for violating the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. The FTC says it's the largest fine it's ever imposed for a rule that it enforces. Epic also agreed to refund $245 million to players who were misled into making unintended purchases due to the app's user interface design. Not only is Santa scrambling at the North Pole right now, he and his helpers are in high demand further south at malls and events and in living rooms all around our country. Reporter Bradley Blackburn made the nice list and files this report.
This year, Santa Claus is busier than ever, and it seems everybody wants a piece of the man in red.
My brother and I have not missed a Santa picture since we were babies.
It makes me just feel a lot of joy.
Staffing firm HireSanta.com says demand is, well, through the chimney.
We're up over 30% from last year and up over 120% from pre-pandemic levels. Everyone is wanting to use Santa. For every one Santa that comes to us, we have about 20 clients that are looking for Santa.
The company's sold out on weekends faster than ever before. From private events to malls across the country, it's crunch time for Chris Kringle and his helpers.
I got time to go home and go to bed, get back up and start over again.
I hate turning people away when I'm already booked.
HireSanta.com says there's also an increased demand for diverse Santas.
圣诞快乐.
And those fluent in other languages, including American Sign Language. Here at Bank of America Winter Village at Bryant Park in New York, St. Nick greets children outside. But with COVID protocols lifted in most places, kids are getting a chance to whisper in Santa's ear once again.
We took 2 years off for COVID, so that's why this is extra special.
Macy's Herald Square still keeps a little distance, featuring Santa behind his workshop desk. HireSanta.com says it's trying to throw a little more green Santa's way, with inflation pinching Santa's wallet too.
A good Santa suit start at about $1,000 and can go up from there. And then you've got the belts and the boots and all the other accessories.
And while this year is basically in the bag, customers are already booking for 2023. Guaranteeing Santa's gonna need that long winter's nap. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Yeah, he's going to need that nap. Based on global population figures, Santa is going to be making 640 million stops this Christmas Eve. Final check with the forecast next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, tips for parents about the best time to give your kids a cell phone. And then on KOAM News at 6, a car this morning hits a Joplin home, runs right through the wall, also takes down some signs. Plus, we're going to have more tips on preparing your home for the dangerously cold temperatures this week. And Webb City girls basketball takes on Pittsburgh in a border battle. Stay with the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. Again, that really bitterly cold weather, not going to be here for a couple of days, but boy, when it gets here, it's going to hit hard.
Yeah, you're going to feel it, that's for sure, on Thursday morning with that cold front moving through. It's more like an Arctic front with temperatures starting out in the mid-30s, but dropping all day long, all the way down to -1 with snow on top of that. So we're going to call it an alert day. And then Friday morning, a low of -5, are you kidding me? And a high of only 8. And then, of course, Saturday and Sunday, it remains cold, but there is hope on the horizon, though. Look at that, temperature of 39 on Monday. Break out the suntan lotion.
Yeah, it'll certainly feel warm, relatively speaking. Thanks for joining us. CBS Evening News is next. Of course, we'll be right back here for KOAM News at 6. See you then. Let's make it a great evening.